Smarterfan.
Hey everybody, welcome to another segment of Smarterfan Podcast, where we bring you behind the veil of sports, business, and life. I'm Joe, and this is Barry. What's going on, Barry?
Man, Joe, the world of sports is looking more like the old Las Vegas more than ever, brother. It's just more money and more money and more money. Everybody talking about money.
Yeah,
Sports has become oh my goodness, Joe. It's unbelievable. But everything was good, no complaints. It was cold this morning, and then it got hot about 12 o'clock, and now it's cold again.
yeah. Tell me about it. I went to work with the heat on, came home with the AC on. You know.
Oh man, it's crazy. That's
So,
crazy. How you doing?
all right, I'm doing all right.
So what
Now,
you got cooking in the kitchen?
well, first of all, I just want to give a shout out to our friends in Chile,
Ooh,
Argentina,
come on.
Uruguay,
Oh,
Brazil,
hey.
Paraguay,
Ooh,
Bolivia,
yeah.
and Peru.
Nice. What's it called? Machu Picchu in Peru, up in the
Yeah.
mountains. I used to have a whole college neighbor. He was from Peru. Great guy. And he came back from visiting his home and brought me a poster that I had in my room.
Oh, okay.
Machu Picchu. Yeah, man. One day I got to get there.
Oh, yeah, definitely, definitely. So, all right. So tonight I'm going to talk about a gentleman who's kind of obscured in history, but he was a major part of baseball, and
Mhm.
his name is Kenichi Zenimura.
Oh, what year is this?
Well, he was born in 1900 in
Okay.
Hiroshima, and right after that, his family moved to Hawaii, to Honolulu.
Mm-hmm.
So he first played baseball at the Mid Pacific Institute, which formerly the Mills Institute for Boys. Now, in 1920, he moved to Fresno, where he played baseball, on Japanese American and previously all white teams.
Mm-hmm.
So he was a standout shortstop and manager, and he became a key promoter of the sport. He organized high-profile goodwill tours between the U.S. and Japan in the 1920s and 30s.
Wow.
And he also helped arrange a barnstorming tour to Japan for the Negro League All-Star Philadelphia Royal Giants.
Oh, wow.
And that was led by Hall of Famers Biz Mackey and Andy Cooper.
Mm.
Now, this was, a landmark moment for international sports, and he ensured that the black players received the respect, that they never got here.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so now he was also instrumental in the negotiations that led to Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig's visit to Japan in 1934.
Wow.
Yeah. So now, during World War II, he and his family were sent to an internment camp in Arizona.
Yep.
So now, despite the harsh conditions, he rallied 100 detainees to build a professional quality baseball field in the desert.
Mm.
It had dugouts, grandstands, an irrigation system, and he established a 32-game league.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. So now when this camp closed in 45, he went back to Fresno, and he continued playing competitive ball until he was 55.
Mm.
So now he mentored generations of players, and he worked tirelessly to integrate Japanese American athletes into the broader landscape of baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So now he continued to manage until his death in an automobile accident in November of '68 in Fresno.
Mm.
He was the founder of the Fresno Athletic Club, and that 34 tour of Japan, it's often cited as a catalyst that sparked the birth of professional baseball in Japan.
Nice. Makes sense. There's a long
Yeah,
history. Long history. One of our early episodes was on Mr. Lee. He was one of the first African American managers to manage a Japanese team.
right.
We may need to do a part two. Bring it
Hmm.
back on the show. Absolutely. Great stuff.
Yeah. Now,
Great.
unfortunately, because he didn't play in the majors, he's not eligible for the Hall of Fame.
Uh,
So,
that's unfortunate.
yeah, it really is. So as of now, Ichiro is the first Japanese American player to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think it's time to expand the Hall of Fame. We got so many people in the Hall of Fame, and a lot of them who shouldn't even be there. To be
Yeah,
honest,
tell me about it.
shouldn't be there. And
Like
then there are
Harold
people.
Baines.
Then there are people like this gentleman, many others in all sports who did such pivotal things for the game beyond the stats
Oh yeah,
that made the stats relevant. But we'll talk about that on one show because, to be honest with you, as always, Joe, all these Hall of Fames need a breath of fresh air.
yes, they do. They
They really
definitely
do.
do. Yeah, yeah.
They really need a breath of fresh air.
Hmm.
And we'll talk more about that. Yep. Hmm.
All right. So this $1 billion market in women's sports.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, man, I saw something amazing the other day. There's the coach of Texas,
Hmm.
women's basketball. This young lady, her stats are literally ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I mean, like men or women, ridiculous. Assists, points. I mean, it's almost amazing that we have not heard about this girl. And the coach had let the media have it the other day
Mm.
on because he just read off her stats. And it was just
Hmm.
like, how isn't this young lady not being put up as an All American? She's great off the floor. She's great on the floor. Her
Hmm.
stats are off the chain. And, it's a major program being University of Texas, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
again, Joe, what came across was, a small group of people making decision on players' careers who seem to miss the whole thing,
Hmm.
which is again goes back to the foolishness going on with these Hall of Fames. A small group of these people who you don't see, don't know, making decisions. He probably never played the sport.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who are in a position of power that they shouldn't be in based on how they're behaving themselves. I
Hmm.
mean, I literally, Joe, I can't even, but it leads you, I can't even talk about how great this girl is. And it's just amazing, right? So, women's sports has literally become a $3 billion market. And why no one saw it coming? I don't know, Joe. We talked about this last year when Angel Reese and Caitlin and what
Right.
they in South Carolina and what Donna's been doing, Coach Staley. And
Hmm.
it's really snuck up on a lot of people. And it's on fire, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It is on fire. I mean, talking to somebody today, he said, "Babe, why the investors are suddenly paying attention? Because all the money, all the betting, all the gambling, all the merch, and all these
Hmm.
other the digital game has the digital platforms have made sports a truly 24 hour, 7-day a week global phenomenon.
Yeah. It has. It
And
definitely
that's what's
has.
bringing the money. It's a global game. So
Yeah.
you got people watching from all over the world, different time zones. So that's what's bringing in the money. Media, which leads right into media rights, because now we got a global, so you're here. It's almost like the record business. You can be an artist in the US and be
Hmm.
kind of in the middle, but you can blow up in Europe.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And that's what it looks like sports is becoming. So you could have a huge fan base over in China, right? They
Yeah.
just love you, right? So it's a great opportunity, but these athletes better be paying attention because just like artists, In the music business, if you're not in control, you could be sleeping in your car because you can't get your money, but you got $10 million in a black box over in Europe.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
So it's interesting. And then why legacy sports media is underestimated, and I think it goes back to the American consumer. I don't think they realize that they're kind of being nudged out, or they're
Oh,
not the number one consumer.
oh no, 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 no. They're being priced right out. Yeah,
Yeah, you know.
definitely, definitely, definitely.
So it's a very interesting dynamic. So the contract went through. I see all these ladies who are moving from team to team.
Hmm.
It's starting to look more pro. And that improves the. I think there's going to be an expansion, and so the money's going to keep growing, and the contract's going to keep growing.
Hmm.
And if you can get on that horse and ride it into the sunset, it can be very lucrative. So people need to be paying attention.
Well,
Women's sports is big.
definitely. And as speaking of the money being on the line, we have a guest tonight
Okay, come on.
who's gonna come in and talk to us about the playoff picture in the NBA and what's
I
going
can't.
on with that. So
I
here
can't.
he is, Kurt
Ah,
Magnificent.
the magnificent is back. Hey, sir, how you doing?
Hey everybody, what's going on? Sorry, I had the mic muted.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
worry.
How y'all doing? How's everything, Barry
Oh,
Joe?
we're doing all
Can't
right.
complain. Glad to have you here. Prime time as always, buddy. We want to hear from you. What is going on?
Listen, the NBA playoffs is about to start. This regular season's ended. The top
Hmm.
seeds, Oklahoma City in the West, and in the East, the Detroit Pistons. I don't think we thought they would be number one, but that's what it is. So let me break down the playoff picture. Unless,
Okay.
Joe, if you got some questions for me or you want me to go ahead and keep it
Well, yeah.
going.
Well, all right. Well, let me just ask you this: do you think the Pistons and the OKC's regular season systems are playoff proof?
Well, OKC, we know they're the defending champs, so I definitely think we see that, and they had a lot of injuries throughout the year, but they still
Mm.
were able to manage to still have a 66, I think a 66 win season, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
And for Detroit, you knew that grind and grit from last year was there, but
Mm.
but the way they played this year and way that Kate Cunningham, man, he has just led that team, throughout
Mm.
most of the way. He's been hurt the last like 3 weeks or so, or maybe a month, but he
Right.
came back recently, just trying to get himself going for the playoffs. So I think with them, we got to really see if they really for real in this first round or the first two rounds. If they can get past the first two rounds, get to the conference finals, then they might have a chance to get there, and we might be what the number one seed is about from them in the East. So,
Mm.
yeah.
Mm. That's interesting because I mean, with Cunningham's injury, he's they what is he about 75, 80% right now?
Yeah, definitely about that. But he's getting there. What they keep saying. Even when I saw a recent game, he's still not 100%, but he ain't that far off. So by the time playoff time next week, well, this weekend coming up, he should be close to rare form and be back.
Well, do you think coaches are gonna like change their defense to try to exploit his ailment?
No, I would think that they would probably won't be will be more on him and tight on him defensive wise in
Mm.
certain areas, but I still
Right.
think he's gonna it's gonna be a way where they be cautious on being that close to him. I mean, he's gonna still command the double team no matter what. Like that's
Yeah.
Kate Cunningham, like
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
MVP. He should be MVP in the race, even though he lost and missed a lot of those games. I mean, he should definitely be right there in the tops. So.
All right. So, who do you think has the most to lose in the playoffs? Cat trying to make his mark, or Jalen Williams trying to repeat what he did last year?
Definitely Cat. He has the most to really. I would say, Cat really. If he don't do what he's supposed to do in these playoffs, there's going to
Right.
be some talks. There's going to be some questions, and it might be some changes. Jalen Williams, listen, he had an injured year. He's coming back. He's still not there yet too. But
Hmm.
I feel like he's even if like say if the Thunder don't win it or don't get that far,
Right.
you can't blame Jalen Williams. You can't. So I just feel like Cat is more of that when that question
Right.
go.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. And uh, me and Darnell were talking about this today. Because it seems like the Raptors they they put all their starters out and beat the Nets, and the
Right.
Hawks they lost so they could play the Knicks.
Knicks. Yeah. And that's what it is. The Hawks know that they can have a better chance with the Knicks than probably with the Cavs. Or they could have probably even went down to the play-in, but the way Orlando fumbled that game against Boston last
Mm,
night was just unbelievable. And
yeah.
it tells the story of the Boston bench how strong they are without their starters. So they're going to be scary. And I just say going back to your question with that with Atlanta and Toronto, Toronto knew Toronto did. They knew they were gonna play the Knicks. That wasn't gonna be a good matchup for them.
Right.
Atlanta knew that if they played the Knicks, Atlanta knows that they can go 6 or 7 games maybe with them and make it a really good competition.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't want no part of Atlanta.
Right? Not at all. No,
That's interesting.
I'm not even gonna. I'm keep it real with y'all. I didn't want Atlanta. I didn't want Charlotte. Those two teams, they young, they like the run and gun. They
Mm,
scary, man. Like they can make momentums really big for them in big time games.
Mm,
So,
mm,
so, but we got the Hawks. So listen, it's gonna be a great series. It's gonna be competitive. It's gonna be fun, exciting. I can't wait. I can't wait.
yeah.
yeah.
Man, what insight.
Yeah.
What
The
insight.
the
So,
rest. Sorry, go
mhm.
ahead, Barry. I'm sorry.
What do you think? I don't want to get your input because I keep looking at what's going on with LaMelo. And what are your thoughts on LaMelo and what's going on over there with them?
Yeah, the Hornets, Charlotte Hornets, man. Let me tell you something. That team, like again, very scary because they like the run and gun. They're young,
Mm,
athletic, and they
Mm.
got they got a shooter on there, Krenipple, I think that's his last name.
Oh,
yeah.
Knipple.
Yeah,
Knipple.
Krenipple. Yeah, man, that
Yeah.
dude. I think he led the league in 3-point field goals this year, and
Yeah.
he can shoot. You got Miller, the guy from Alabama. Brandon
Mm,
Miller, he's a good guy. I think he's in his third year now, but he is really coming along. And like again, you got Lamelo Ball, and you got
Mm.
guys that's off that bench, man. They young again. They hungry. They ain't
they're
got nothing to
hungry.
lose. They playing house money.
Yep.
You money, Barry. You talk about money and finance. This house money right here.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
So
I mean, I Lamelo is entertaining. You don't know what he's gonna do. And
Mm.
and now there's people playing with him. I said this to a friend of mine. I said what they should try to do is get his brother, his oldest brother.
Lonzo,
Yeah. Because
yeah,
one thing Lonzo is very good at
mhm,
is playing the point. He
yeah,
can get you the ball. So think about if you had to think about Lonzo and you had to think about his brother
yeah,
and then the other guys and Knipple over in the corner killing you,
yeah.
Mm.
that's
Yeah.
a problem.
Yeah. That boy
Right.
can shoot.
Yes,
He
he
can
can. He
shoot.
can shoot. He can shoot.
So you
Um,
now have Lonzo who can get you the pill. And
definitely.
he's developed a shoot, but you don't need to shoot.
Right.
He just facilitate. He can get you the pill.
Yeah.
So
I don't
yeah,
know if he's still playing with Cleveland. 'Cause I know he was on the roster early in the year with the Cavs, but I haven't seen him in a while, so I don't know if he's still with them. But if he is, he's in the playoffs also. So
he's
Mm.
there. He's there. He's
yeah,
there. So it's interesting, but I do agree with you. I would go as far as to say this regarding Cat and the Knicks. If he don't show up big, he up out of there.
Oh yeah.
They've
Yeah.
been waiting 3 or 4 years for something to show up, and nothing has shown up.
And now that Doc Rivers got the boot, he's gonna want out of Milwaukee. The Greek Freak.
oh yeah, definitely, yeah, definitely,
Ooh,
yeah,
oh Joe, why you get me so excited? I would love J.I. Oh,
So if that happens, that Cat and Mikhail are out of there.
ooh,
yeah,
listen, why
definitely,
you say that to me, Joe? Oh,
yeah.
I'm
But
like, oh man. Go
But
ahead. I'm
as
sorry, brother.
far as the rest of the playoff picture, well, I'll break it down. So the play-ins is going to be coming up starting on Tuesday and Wednesday. So you have Miami against Charlotte. They'll play in Charlotte, and then you have Orlando. They will play against Philadelphia, and I'll tell you this in that bracket. Well, with Orlando and Philadelphia, whoever wins out of that will play Boston. I think if Orlando beats Philadelphia and they have the 7th seed against Boston, Orlando might actually give Boston a little fits in that
Mm.
first round to make it very interesting.
Magnificent. I'm gonna go as far as to say this: Philly won't make it, and Embiid is done
Well, he's already out for the season.
again.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard about
Oh
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's done.
Yeah.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
having surgery. Yeah, he's yeah,
Oh, so
He's done.
yeah, he's done. He's
yeah,
Yeah,
done.
yeah,
he's done. They've been waiting 5 years at least for this guy to show up.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I said to people, because he had terrible eating habits. I mean, terrible. And I said, he doesn't realize, bro, you are too big to have, with the pounding your body has to take at that size,
Mm.
you can't eat like you're 12 years old. And that's how he was eating. And I
Mm.
said, that stuff is going to catch up to you. You can get away with it in your 20s, but 25 and on at that size,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why big men don't last.
well, they don't last if you don't take. Joe. I'm glad you said that. That is true and that's false. I saw Wilt Chamberlain had the opportunity to come back and play at 50.
Mm.
If you really look at Wilt Chamberlain on the court with Shaq and the other big men, he's fit.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
was.
fit to play.
He
Yeah.
was.
I mean, he may have not been. I don't even know if I should say that. He may not be able to give you 30, but he probably give you 15.
Mm.
I mean, he is. Wilt was an amazing dude,
Yeah.
and I mean, anyway, let me stop.
And just to finish out real quick on the brackets, the Knicks will host against the Atlanta Hawks, and then the Cleveland Cavaliers will host the Toronto Raptors. And then the top two seeds, of course, like I said, from one is the Detroit Pistons and the Boston Celtics. And then in the West, you have in the play-ins that will happen on either Tuesday, Wednesday as well. You'll have the Warriors will match up in the 9 and 10 spot. They will play against the Los Angeles Clippers for that 8 spot. And then again, like I said, from the 7 and 8 seeds will be the Suns and the Portland Trailblazers. They're going to battle for that 7th spot to play the San Antonio Spurs. Top seed, of course, Oklahoma City Thunder. And then the 4 and the 5 seeds, Lakers against the Rockets, which I think is going to be a great series. And then the 3 and the 6 will be Denver against the Minnesota Timberwolves, which that'll be another great series. So you got a lot of great series, playoff series in basketball that's going to be happening coming up this next week or two.
Oh,
Yes.
definitely.
Awesome.
And I'll just say this one thing: you can never count out Spoelstra and the Heat.
No, not at all. I mean, listen, they got that game against the Hornets, and they're going to be away. Trust me, I guarantee you that game's going to come down to the final 2 minutes.
Mm. All right. Well, we'll have to see how all that pans out here. But thanks for your insight and your input.
Magnificent. Next time, wear your super magical hat, my brother. With all
Barry,
your basketball knowledge in there.
I appreciate that, Barry. Thank you very much. Joe,
Yeah,
thank
man,
you
we
again
missed
for
you.
having me coming on.
No
Absolutely.
problem. We appreciate
Absolutely.
you, man.
Yeah, you be back. Don't take off your slippers yet. You gonna be back.
Most definitely.
We gonna ride you all the way through to the championship. So stay close, brother.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
All
You got
right.
it. Have a good one.
Take care. All right. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Yankees because now, Barry, I know you keep telling me it's early, but I just have to say this because it just seems like the Yankees just don't learn. You know, they haven't learned from being embarrassed in the World Series against the Dodgers. The Dodgers embarrassed them and then laughed at them. And they just shrugged it off like, oh, no big deal. Oh, we'll make the playoffs next year. And well, it's always a crapshoot. And then what happened? They got embarrassed by the Blue Jays. You know, so now this last series they played against the Rays, where the Rays got out the broom and swept them. I mean, their team batting average for those 3 games was 189. Now you got guys out there on the field. They're supposed to be professionals. Now, throughout that series, Tampa executed 6 bunts. 5 of them were successful because you got guys running around like chickens with no heads out on the field. Nobody knows what to do when they bunt. They played small ball the whole series and beat them playing small ball. The guy bunts the ball and nobody's covering first. I mean, so the pitcher, he has no choice but to throw it home, and that was too late. So that's how the tying run scored. And then they bring an outfielder who's never played the infield into the infield because they think they're going to bunt again, and he hits the ball over his head, and the game's over. So,
I'm sorry, Joe, but man, the Yankees got to start sending you something because boy, you get upset, and I can't help but laugh because they do the same thing and they just drive your blood pressure up, and it's just so funny to me because you're absolutely right.
They're not playing professional ball at all.
No, because listen, Joe, you got to have some bite, either in the front office or the coach. If you don't have any bite, you're not going to get any production. It's as simple as that.
They think they're running a good team out on the field.
Yeah, they want to get plenty of money. And, they look around and they got talent to win, but there's no bite. No, that was the thing that made George Steinbrenner Sr. what he was. He had talent. He get the best talent. He pay you, but you do not want him to bite.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. So people play.
Yeah, this team has no fire whatsoever.
Because there's no fire in the front office or in the dugout. There's no fire. I can't even tell you who the manager is.
Aaron Boone.
Exactly. I rest my case.
Yeah. And, well, don't even get me started on him.
I know.
So I'm going to have to end it right there.
Okay. Well, let me say a big thank you to our family in Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Bulgaria, Malaysia, Latvia, Albania, and Armenia. My dentist is from Armenia. She's very good, too. So we just want to send you all love, family, and we appreciate you. And as we always say, Joe,
stay in the game.
Stay in the game, family. See you next week.
Yes, we appreciate you.
We are.